cleaner than it was. Um, I'm wondering whether we want to have some of our language from our mission and our vision included in here. Um, I think it's really easy to understand, and so if this is supposed to be, this hero section speaking to the transformation, I wonder if we um, kind of zoom out a little bit and be like, Caretrics helps. We had that thing about like, let us worry about the health of your business while you worry about the health of your clients. Like, I wonder if we kind of bring that into this, um, in terms of the like the result or the transformation that it is that we're promising. You speak about margins and how the clients are talking about how their margins aren't great. Maybe we specifically mention that to be like, the how Caretrix reads your JNAP data, finds the dollars your clinic earned but didn't collect, and improves your margins, or something like that, right? Because if we talk about the transformation being that you've got a healthier business, how do we do that? We're not bringing in new business. What we're doing is we're patching the leaks that are threatening your margins. So I wonder if we actually just like use that language here. Um, this feels like a lot of just a lot of content, and I wonder if it's necessary. We've already got start your $1 recovery scan here. Um, I mean, I guess, yeah, 30-day trial, read only access, cancel anytime. That is great to know, so that people aren't afraid of clicking it. But I also wonder if see the product is important to have here. If people want to know about the product, I think they can navigate up here. I would love for us to just have things a little bit more clean, again, to kind of align with our value proposition, which is we're going to simplify things for you. Um, I like that this is here. I mean, if we're going to have the numbers, like revenue found 4,200, great. Um, does this is great. Does this belong here? Does it belong on the trial page? I'm not sure. Again, there's just so much going on that I'm not sure if this is better here or if it's better once you click through to start your recovery scan. I don't know whether export and pray ritual is something that's going to resonate with everybody. I think instead of being kind of colloquial about it, we can be more simple to be like still doing everything by hand, or still pulling, um, still pulling your Excel reports, or still doing manually, um, and then every month the same 4 moments. I don't know what that means. I guess it means that you're still going through this. Yeah, this just feels so AI-ish, and I don't actually know what it means. So I'm wondering if we just remove it and just have still doing things by hand, or still doing things manually. I don't know what it is that we're praying about. Also, uh, is that the most inclusive language for people? I mean, yes, I know colloquially we don't tie praying to like an actual religion, but um, let's maybe just avoid any exclusion or isolation or friction by maybe reconsidering this language. Um, okay, so day 1, export 3 CVSs from Jane. Day 2, open Excel, try to match. I see what's happening here is that you're trying to address the problem. Maybe we're doing the problem agitation solution thing. I think we can do it much more quickly, and we can do it all within one card rather than having it here and then repeating it here. yeah, I think that we need to simplify a little bit. So what the problem is that, like, let's actually think about what the problem is. The problem is there's data that you have to dig around to find, and no clear story emerges from it. It requires a lot of people hours and a lot of numbers not adding up, and leaves the clinic owner not knowing, not really being able to assess or diagnose the health of their own clinic. We can have that in 2 sentences right up here. Um, okay, I do like the idea of naming that we've got 2 views, like one for the owner, one for today's tasks. I don't think that that is evident. Like, again, when we think about where people's minds go, they're going to go here and then they're going to go here. Like, this is what happens with graphic design. You're going to go here, you're going to go here, then maybe you're going to go up here. So I don't really want ever that much important information to be in the subheading. And we're not even reading this. I go here, 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 and then here. Like, that's the order that my eye goes. And so having something here that contextualizes what it is that I'm reading is not super helpful, because then I've got this friction and my brain is trying to figure out what it is that I'm reading, and I only find the answer here. So I would like to just have it here. Really leverage this, and then put the most important information in the cards. And because I'm reading your weekly answer to how are we doing, I don't know right away that this is actually the owner operator view. So I would like to see this bigger and this bigger, because what my eye is doing is I'm reading this, and then I go to the numbers, and I'm not actually held to figure out what this card is saying. And then the same thing here. So it's just a bunch of stuff that feels like a lot of work as a reader to sort through. So I think we need to figure out, if this section is about the solution, let's not present it as a question. Let's present it as Caretrics demystifies the process and gives both the clinic owner and team members a clear answer to the question, how are we doing and what do I got to do next? Yeah, and I'm not sure why this one is bigger than this one. Maybe it's because this is the Pro, and then this is the Pro Plus. And maybe because our key client avatar is actually clinic owners. I'm not sure. Yeah, also here it says owners, front desk. It doesn't talk about providers, but then we talk about provider here. So maybe if we can clean it up into 3 buckets, kind of the way I feel like I like Jane's website, and I think that it's not a bad idea to actually look to Jane's website, because all of our clients will already be Jane's clients. And so if we can sort of model or mirror some things in terms of the look and feel, then there's already some familiarization. They will have already, at the very least once when they bought it, seen how things are bucketed. And I think that they often go into 3 verticals. So, maybe that's what we can do as well. And then here, I think we're talking about the features, maybe, or we should be talking about the features. We've got problem, agitation, solution. So I like the idea of, you can customize a report to land in your inbox and the inbox of your key team members. Or, maybe we even talk about like a dashboard. Like, this is what it shows. And maybe we have screenshots of the, that business strategy dashboard. Maybe we have a screenshot of the operations dashboard, and then we have a screenshot of um, what the provider, or I think we're changing it to practitioner see. Um, yeah, so this is an example of what the solution is, and then maybe we go to the features of it, which is you get a recovery report, you can, or like an inbox, you get an email every week, you have access to, maybe this is a screenshot of like the reporting, uh, the reporting tab, and then the revenue story is also the patient story. This feels like it comes out of nowhere. I think maybe here, like we're trying to do social proof and testimonials, but like um, this here has nothing to do with the patient story. I think the idea is that patients who finish their plan of care get better outcomes is part of our value proposition. But being it down here feels like it's kind of a little bit of an orphan, and then we follow it up with some social proof that doesn't really make sense. And then yeah, this is like, what is this here for? If I weren't looking through it with a fine-tooth comb, I wouldn't read this, and then I would just be like frustrated because there's just so much stuff that we're asking the reader to sift through. I like that we've got FAQ at the bottom. I don't like that it says 4 questions, 4 answers. That's just, to me, so AI and posturing, and trying to oversimplify something that doesn't need simplification. So yeah, I think we just call it FAQ. And then this looks great. So that's what I have to say about the homepage. Product. Okay, the revenue protection system for Jane app. See exactly how your clinic is doing. We do the digging, not you. I mean, do we actually say what this is? Like, we're like, now that I'm looking at the product, I don't really need to be sold. I want to know exactly what it is. Caretrics. This is maybe where we talk about the like care and metrics or something like that. But what it is a software that pulls your data from Jane to make sense of how your business is doing, to help diagnose the health of your business, and then essentially make a plan of care for your business, like what to do next. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like this doesn't actually totally get that. Wait, is it the same? Are we using the same graphic? No, it's a different graphic. It feels the same because it's a woman who looks similar in a ponytail at a desk. So if we can do AI image, maybe we can make her look different because it just feels too similar to the other one. Sorry, I'm going to be navigating back and forth because this feels like a repetition of what is here. And then I don't like one inbox every Monday. First of all, grammatically, that makes no sense. And it's this cadence that just feels so AI. And I think we need to do some deep thinking about how we want to talk about our product. So when you describe what Caretrics is, what do you say? It's a dashboard that, like, how would you describe it? What does it do? It's a dashboard that helps make sense of your Jane data to improve the health of your business or something like that. Okay, the offer, start with a 12-month historical scan. Is there a way that we can say what that actually does? Like, 12-month historical scan, what is that going to tell me? I would rather you say, like, find out, like, and also, why do I want to know that? So what is it that that 12-month historical scan is going to give me, and why is it important to do that? Let's name that. To be like, scan your data for the leaks in the bucket or something like that, right? Like we have to tie why they're doing that and why they would want to do that. So again, it's kind of written here, but I'm not reading that. I read this, and then I read this, and then I go back to read this. And that requires too much of me. If we're trying to get me to actually do this, there's a little bit too much friction between, there's just too much interpretation. There's too much that we're asking the reader to do here. There's too much that we're asking them to read, and there's too much that we're asking them to decode and interpret. So I'd love for us to get more clear on, okay, what exactly is the product? Let's say what it is. Like it's a dashboard, it's a plugin, it's software. Like, let's be specific about it. Okay, so this is, we've got a repetition from the home page. Is that what we want to do? I'd also right here, oh, I guess there's the pricing. Okay, yeah, I was going to say I'd want to know what my options are. Like, what am I getting within each tier? But we've decided to have a different product and different pricing. Okay, that's fine. But that was the next question, to be like, okay, well, first of all, tell me what it is. So if we're talking about the product, do we want to focus on the features, or are we talking about the benefits, or both? And how do we want to do that? I'm not totally clear yet. I do like the idea that's telling us that there's a recovery calculator. This is telling me about the product. I do like that. This feels like it's no longer keeping with what we're talking about. Recovery rate, $7. What? This is totally new. I don't like it. I don't dislike that we've got like a card and a graphic, and that we're talking about a recovery calculator, but I don't think we've quite got it here. And pick your clinic size and how many visits you see a month. We decided that that's not what we're doing, so I would scrap this. And I think that, yeah, I don't know. I'm really thinking about whether the product page and the pricing page should be separate, or if they should kind of be repetitions of each other. But I do think that we should be explicitly being like, hey, we've got Pro, we've got Pro Plus, and then we've also got this kind of like bespoke concierge. But yeah, where we haven't, I don't think that this page actually reflects where we are now. Okay, I don't hate a before and after. This doesn't totally feel like it's within the look and feel of the rest of the website. Okay, this makes Tuesday night you hunt through spreadsheets, Monday morning you get a short list of money to go get. It's, to me, this is like a time thing where we're talking about Tuesday night and now we're going back in time to Monday morning. So particularly with the Google plugin where people can be syncing all the time. PS, if it's the product page, we should definitely up here be like, it's a software with the Google plugin. We should be being like, this allows you to sync real-time data. We should have that incorporated somehow. Anyway, this time travel stuff makes me dizzy and I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Again, this Tuesday, Monday thing. What? I do like, it's a manual scramble versus automated clarity. I do like that. I don't hate the images. They just don't feel like they're kind of in keeping with this. So something to consider. I'm not even reading this stuff, by the way, and I don't know whether other people will either. What you actually get, 3 weeks. Okay. So like this right here should be way further up. This is kind of what I want to see. Finally, my brain is like, oh, okay, this makes sense. whether this is accurate to our our current position or not, I'm not sure. I'm just telling you that going through it, my brain is like, oh, I like this. I can read this. Um, 3 ways to protect your clinic. Caretrics sorts the money you missed into 3 places to fix, run by one recovery engine. Nobody cares that it's run by one recovery engine, so scrap that. But also, it's not sorting the money you missed into 3 places to fix. I don't like that. It maybe it points to areas where you can improve or optimize or improve efficiency or something like that. Care continuum, that is weird. Like, it's usually continuum of care, but I think what we're talking about is like a completion of care plans. And financial health is way too vague. What are we talking about here? We're talking about accounts receivable, I think. Or like unbilled or unclaimed. Yeah, I think here when we say financial health, we should be specific about like money earned but not yet collected. So maybe it's just like AR. Here, care continuum, again, it's just an awkward thing to be like, I don't know what the word would be, but plan of care completion. I think we can do better than that, but something like that. And keep patients in care is sounding an alarm bell for me as a practitioner, because ideally, if I'm doing a good job, they're not coming back indefinitely. And I think that most practitioners will have some sort of code of ethics that prohibits them from continuing to treat somebody if they don't need care. So as a business owner, yes, we want to, have, we don't want attrition and fall off, but as a practitioner, this feels like, no, I don't like to keep patients in care. No. Now we catch patients slipping before it costs their treatment plan. What does that mean? This needs to be about, finishing their plan of care, and making sure that they don't fall through the cracks and that they're getting the care that they need. We need to redefine that. And then provider performance, make the workday run smooth. This is grammatically incorrect. It has to run smoothly. But that's also not what we're talking about here. It's not about running smoothly. It's about like, optimizing the time where the practitioners are at work. So I think that we can maybe reframe that. Grow with your clinic. We find your money at every stage. Okay, so I mean, maybe this is this for me? Is Caretrics for me? And then we can talk about how it helps with the solo provider. Multi-location. Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure. I was actually, because of how this was, I was expecting to scroll down and then see scale, exit, valuation. It wasn't totally clear to me that I could actually click on these. Hey, Ryan. Yeah, I think that this is not bad, but I think we can reframe it to be like who is Caretrix for, or something like that, or is Caretrix right for my practice? And then we say, yep. And we watch your money the whole way. No, that's not what we're doing. We're optimizing your resources and performance and the health of your business at every way. When we're redoing this, I recommend that we kind of go to that page with our vision and our mission and our values to help seed AI as it comes up with new verbiage, so that it's just more in keeping with where we are right now. Yeah, I do like the idea that it's like stabilize, scale, and exit. But I don't like how it's like stabilize should be bigger, and then it would be like underneath for solo providers. Solo providers are small clinics. Scale should be larger, and then like multi-location or expanding to new locations, and then exit valuation is okay. So like maybe if somebody is at the point where they're thinking about exiting their business, they may understand the term valuation, but I'm wondering if there's more accessible language that we can use there. Um, Buyers do not pay for what you say. Uh, I this language pattern of AI really bothers me. Like they don't this, they do this. Just um, go positive and be like, buyers want to know exactly how much your clinic is worth. This helps keep a record of the money. Um, yeah, I don't think we're using the recovery board anymore. And even if we are, people don't know that language yet because they haven't bought yet. So I think we run every location the same. That's not true. And people will acknowledge that there are different people and different clientele. And so I don't think that we should have that. Hovering, what does that mean? I think we want to say is like provide, we make it easy we help standardize procedures and information or, data analysis so that it's easier to manage different locations with different people and different needs. Yeah, I think that we need to change the messaging here. Okay, like I don't mind that. Cuts the gap between your best and worst site by half in 90 days. Is that important? Because that could mean that my best location is actually going down. So I don't know if I like that. And then stabilize, sleep better, your money is watched. I don't know. I think in the like increasing concerns around surveillance and money, like this might not actually make people sleep better. It might actually worry them. I think we can find a different way to say that, but like, hey, like you're on your own, don't worry. This is almost like your own virtual, like a bookkeeper or like a CPA that's, helping you keep an eye on the financial bottom line and your margins so that you can focus more on patient care. Like, I think that that is maybe more the messaging that we want to do. Okay, product. I do think that we should talk about security, but I don't think that security should be hidden here. I think that we do a heading something about like we take security seriously. Here we mentioned maybe that we're working towards SOC 2 or something like that. Yeah, this is really, really important. This is confusing. We don't need to have that there. And yeah, again, the idea of the context being so tiny only after you read this is just a bit of I don't know. To me, from a design perspective and a user interface, I don't love that that's kind of throughout our site. I don't know that it's necessary that we talk about how you add Caretrics staff as a login in Jane. That feels like a little bit unnecessary at this point. We can just say read only. And basically explain, yeah, we pull data from Jane, but never change that data. Yeah, I think we can kind of rejig this. And it can read your billing, be like safely and anonymously pulls data from Jane and brings it into a workable dashboard so that you can so that you know what to do next. But turn it off in seconds. Yeah, I don't think that that's important to have there. Yeah, okay. The next morning. It's like, meanwhile, back at the ranch. By tomorrow morning, see the money you missed. We should remove this because right now with the sync, we can do that almost instantaneously. And also, I don't think we need this. This feels extraneous. Of course, the pardon me. The CTA should stay there for sure. I don't know whether we have like social proof maybe down here, but something to consider. Okay, about yeah, I would like to see our mission, our vision, um, the founding story. Mm, okay. Uh, I really, really like this. Rob did what engineers do. He listened, mapped, built tools. Yeah. Um, I think we should have that care and metrics piece kind of woven into this. I'm not thrilled about um, having our email or our ourselves here, but I, just personally, but I think we absolutely do need to have that. 3 worries, one team that answers all 3. What are the 3 worries? Oh, can you actually find the money? Is my patient data safe? Do you get my clinic? Okay, this is interesting. All right, I think that we can refine this because it sounds like you're asking this and Raj is asking this and I'm asking this. Um, 3 worries. Yeah. I guess there's a little bit of a disconnect of like we're talking about clinic owners have these worries, but then they're attributed to each of us. So um, I like that we've got us 3 here. Um, but I'm not sure if this is, oh, it's almost right, but not totally quite. Um, yeah, yeah, but I think it's cute. Oh, cute little team. What drives us? We help clinics that do good, do well. Yeah. Yeah, and I think we specifically have somewhere here like our mission and our vision. Maybe that's even before Meet the Founder. Um, yeah, I like this. I don't know that we need a separate vision page. Um, oh, here it is. Why the name work here? I don't know whether people are actually going to, frankly, scroll down this long just to find out this. And maybe that's not important. How we compare. I kind of think that this should be in the product page, actually, where we're talking about the product. I like that. And I think that this FAQ is great, and maybe we repeat it on the homepage. That's what I think about that. Okay, resources, library, blog, vision, contact. Okay, library. This is these are like the tools and the resources and like the standard or the like uh, best practices and that kind of stuff, right? Um, and then revenue optimization library. Okay. My question is everything here actually about revenue optimization or is it also practice analytics? If so, then maybe let's rename that to reflect that. Anyway, I think that if we've got the home product pricing and about good, then this is probably something we don't need to worry about for a minute. Okay.